There is a lot of debate going on right now about whether it's an okay thing for you to write a book using AI. However, everyone is missing the plot on this. AI is not the unlock that people have been waiting for in order to become an author. I published 3 books that have led to 400 high-ticket clients and over $2 million in revenue for my expert business. I've written my books without AI. And recently I've helped a few clients write books with a lot of help from AI. And those clients have also gone on to earn multiple 6 figures with their books. So what's the answer? Is it okay to use AI? Should you avoid it entirely? In this video, I'm going to share a brand new take on this. I'm going to show you the right way to think about AI as an author who wants to write a book and use it to grow your business. And this advice is not going to be for fiction authors or authors whose only goal is to get a publishing deal and sell books. This is for people who are experts, thought leaders, creators that want to use a book to get more customers, to get more clients. So when I published the first version of my book, Get Clients with a Book, I actually wrote in it that you should actively avoid using AI in order to write your book. I was like, why would you do that when you could just write your own book and it would be in your own voice? I told people just to steer clear from it. Literally within 12 months, I'm sitting there actively using AI almost every day to help me with my writing and to help me write books with my clients. And the reason why I started doing this, quite frankly, is because AI is a supercomputer. AI can think at a level that is 1,000 times beyond anything that I could ever personally do. So I use AI heavily now in the book creation process. However, I use it in a very particular way. And I want to break this down now because people are very concerned that AI is going to dehumanize writing. It's going to take the creativity out of it and the art of writing itself. So here's a few key points to consider. The first question is whether or not the true value in a book is the writing style itself, or is it the message that the book contains? Is it actually the way that the words are combined on the page, or is it the transmission of the wisdom inside of it? Like if someone goes through life and let's say they get cancer and then they discover there's a certain diet that reversed their cancer and then they used it on different clients and patients and it worked, then they write a book on that. What is the real value of that book? Is it the elegant writing style and the prose and the sentence structure, or is it actually the framework for eating a certain way so that you can avoid this horrible disease? I believe it's the latter. I believe that at the end of the day, it is not the writing style that people show up for, although it is a nice touch to have, but ultimately it's the lived experience of the author that is transmitted through writing to the reader, and that experience and the value of that transmission of wisdom is actually what people are there for. They are not there. Sure, maybe you want to enjoy reading a book, even if it's a nonfiction, like businessy kind of book. But at the end of the day, you want to come out of that experience transformed, right? And you could definitely make the argument that you would be more likely to be transformed if you enjoyed the writing, because it would leave a bigger impression on you and it would sort of get you through the book easier versus reading something that AI wrote. And that leads me to my second point, which is that at the end of the day, people are going to enjoy reading books that are written by humans. In fact, I was at dinner with a buddy a few weeks ago and I was expressing my, concern around this AI book writing trend. And he just bluntly said that. He said, dude, people want to read books written by humans. And I was like, dang, he's actually right. At the end of the day, if you have both options, which one are you going to choose? Like, you're obviously going to choose the one that's raw and real and human. And so there's going to continue to be a market for books written by humans. In fact, it's my prediction and my hope that the lion's share of the market will still be books written by humans. I was in the lobby of a hotel years ago, probably 7 or 8 years ago at this point, and there was a piano that was playing music by itself. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. It's like the keys are just going up and down and there's no one sitting there playing. It's just like a piece of software, and the piano can be told to play any song and it plays it. It's kind of a cool feature to have in the lobby of a hotel, but I know that I've never bought any tickets to see a piano play itself, right? I want to see a human express themselves through an instrument, through a piano. The same thing is going to be true with any type of art, right? That was another point that my friend brought up at dinner, is that one of the beauties of art is the mistakes, it's the errors, it's the in the moment transmission of energy that happens. And so I'm going to go into all the different ways that I recommend using AI in the creation of your book here in a moment, but it's my personal preference still to write the book myself without AI. Now, if you were just going to write like a LinkedIn post or something, I could see a better argument for using AI to write that for you, because it's something that people will engage with for a couple days and then it just disappears, right? But if you're going to do the work to write a book and cement your life's legacy and leave behind some wisdom, and it's going to live for years and years and continue to help people and make an impression on people, wouldn't you want that to be as raw and like truly you as possible? I find it hard if I ask AI to write me an entire book chapter and then I try to go back and like make it me, I end up just rewriting the whole thing. And so it's better to rewrite it from scratch anyways, and then you get the experience of being an artist and achieving flow state and writing in that stream of consciousness style that can only happen when it's coming from a human in the moment. So I'm about to share some really cool ways to use AI to help you write your book. But for me personally, I'm going to continue to write my own books once I use AI with the other pieces for those reasons. And nobody can force you to do otherwise. You can continue to write your books the old school way, or hopefully we call it the normal way, no matter how big this trend picks up. A lot of people, including me, just enjoy writing. They just enjoy the process of sitting down and writing and unpacking their thoughts. Why rob yourself of what brings you joy, especially when the end product will be more resonant and raw and human for the people that end up consuming it. So write your own book. I still stand by that advice if that's what you want to do. But if you're like in the expert thought leader space and you just want to write a book to get more customers and you're like a badass at your thing and you've developed some amazing framework and you've already talked about it in podcasts and YouTube videos, and you just want AI to draft the chapters for you because you don't like writing like me, and the writing process itself is the thing that has been holding you back from actually getting a book done, by all means, use AI to write the book. You can train it in your voice and then use it to draft the chapters, and it'll save you so much time. And then you will still go back through and edit it and refine it line by line and make it you. Okay, my third point around this is that the real value in AI is not in drafting the entire chapter, at least not for me. It's for everything that comes before that, which the good news is most of the work. So the first thing you have to do when you write a book is nail the book title and the subtitle. Really what you're nailing is the concept of the book. Like, you don't just want to put another generic book out there. You want to have a hook or a spin or a unique, fresh angle. All of my books that have brought me hundreds of clients now were the first book to teach the exact thing. Like my book, Get Clients with a Book Right Here, this is the first book that shows you how to use a book in a specific way to get more clients for your business. And I chose that angle because I wanted to stand out, right? Like, well, obviously it has to be aligned with the skill set you actually have. Once you have something valuable, then you have to find a way to identify what's unique about it and then put that front facing. And AI can help you do that. You can tell it who you serve and the outcome you deliver, and talk about the other books out there that would be competitors to yours. And it will present a bunch of different unique angles that you can take with your book to make it stand out and ultimately help you come up with a title and a subtitle that will work. And it'll do this much faster than you could because it can combine, mix and match titles and subtitles and give you 20 different options, and you save your favorites and delete the ones you don't like, and then just keep like regenerating over and over until you end up with honestly some really good titles. Then what's cool is if you're a content creator already is you can do a data dump. You can take all your YouTube videos, your podcasts, your newsletters, your blog posts, your LinkedIn posts, whatever, and dump them all into a document that AI can read and then help you with the outline. It can say, hey, did you know you have a 5-step framework for losing weight? Here's the, process. Here's an acronym that we could call it. Then it's best practice to tell a story in every chapter. And what I've done for my last 2 clients that I'm writing books for, I've created this story bank where we have like all the stories they've ever told on all their podcast episodes. It's insane. It's like, nearly 100 stories. When I'm outlining the book, I can say, oh, here's a chapter on weight loss. What's the best client story that we can tell in this chapter about weight loss? And within 30 seconds, AI scans every story, produces the best one, and goes ahead and gives me like an outline to tell the story. It's insane. And so what I do is I use AI to help me come up with the great title and subtitle. And then I use it to help me outline the entire book, like when you flip open a book and you see the table of contents. Then I also use it to help me outline each individual chapter, which is the next step. So I want to have like a 1-sentence summary of the chapter, the 3 to 5 main takeaways, and the core story that we're going to tell. And then I like to write a transition to the next chapter so I can see how it all flows together. It's almost like the Cliff Notes version of your book that just has the high level snapshot of each chapter. I can use AI to get me all the way to the Cliff Notes version of the book. And then either you can write it yourself from there and everything's been perfectly teed up for you, so you know exactly what to write about, and you're going to write something that's actually cohesive and be able to stay on track instead of getting lost in the weeds. Or you can take the additional step of having AI draft the chapter for you based upon the outline that you created, and then edit it from there. All right, here's the bottom line, and this is what I want you guys to take away from this. People are so worried that AI is going to ruin the book market, and the book market will become so saturated because there's just all these AI generated books. Let's think about a hypothetical scenario, okay? Since anyone can write a book because you can do it with AI. Picture there's a room of 100 people. 99 of them are kids, like 10-year-old boys. One of them is an adult who is an expert on digital marketing. In fact, he's generated $100 million in digital marketing sales. Now, in the same day, all 100 of those people, the 99 kids and the one digital marketing expert, are all going to use AI to help them write a book about digital marketing. And they'll all have their books done in one day because they can just print the whole thing with ChatGPT. Whose book are you going to read? What you're not going to read? Those 99 other books? That's a lot of books on digital marketing. Why are you going to read the one that came from the guy who actually did it? People have thought that the reason why AI would ruin the book market is because the restriction or the limitation on having a book was actually the writing. And so when AI came along, people said, well, now you don't have to write it yourself. So boom, everyone's just going to have a book. You can print 1,000 books a day and publish them all and ruin everything or whatever. The real limitation is lived experience, credentials, actual results, right? Imagine that. And that's why, like I said, any kid can write a book on any topic They can just go on ChatGPT and say, write me a book about the history of America. But like, no one's going to read that. I don't read any books unless I know who the author is or I've researched them and I understand who I'm learning from. Like, I just downloaded a book on Audible by Gary Vaynerchuk called Day Trading Attention. And it's about growing a personal brand and getting more attention online. I downloaded because it's from Gary V, not because it's one more book about how to gain more attention online. ChatGPT could write me, I could write 10 books on that topic today and publish them all. But who are people going to listen to? Brian Elwood with 4,000 YouTube subscribers or Gary Vaynerchuk with millions and millions? The real limitation for most people is they don't actually have a track record. They didn't actually do something that is worth writing a book about. For the select few who did do something valuable, but their limitation is actually writing, they don't want to sit down and spend, 100, 200 hours writing a book. Those people will be able to now have a successful book because AI can help them write it. However, they deserve to have a successful book because they did real shit in real life. And that is the difference here. And that is what everybody is missing in this whole argument around writing books with AI. I hope that's helped you guys. If you want a deeper dive on how I write books using AI, I love a tool called Claude, and I made a video showing you my process right here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.